What is up, guys? A lot of you guys know that I've been trying to get into PvP, and you know, I'm just not good. I'm a total noob. I mean, look at this armor. It's garbage. So me and Wood Potatoes decided to make a series of him teaching me PvP. And at the end, he can kind of evaluate how I'm doing, and you guys can see how I progress during the series. Of course, you're along for the ride so you can learn PvP with me. I know a lot of you guys are PvE, and for the sake of people who are just coming onto this video not knowing anything about PvP or Guild Wars 2 in general, we're going to start from the very basics. So let's get started. All right, let's do it.
Okay, that works pretty well. Hello again, everybody. There was a small cut. I would have put my little intro there. I'm here with Matt Visual. Say hi, Matt.
Yes, I am here.
And I guess I'm here. You're here. Wait, I'm here with you.
You're here with me as well. Exactly.
Okay, there we go. This is gonna be weird watching it from your perspective. So yeah, we're gonna do our little dummies guide here. The goal here is we're gonna try and get Matt from not knowing very much about PvP to knowing a lot. The first episode, basically, we're just going to cover how PvP functions in Guild Wars 2, and we're going to go, like, super basic here, so I'm assuming you already know how to get there, Matt?
Nah, I don't. I've never been inside of the mist at all, man.
Oh, how do you know it's the mist, then?
I just heard it. I heard it on TV or something.
On TV, yeah. On the crazy Guild Wars 2 trailer.
Yeah. That was a great trailer. Great trailer.
The worst trailer I've ever seen. Anyway, so the way you get into PvP is in a place called the Heart of the Mists, which you can gain access to in 2 ways. The first way is any way you... Well, 3 ways, really, but I'll talk about the third one later. The main one that most people will use is actually up at the top here on the top left hand side. You'll see there's actually a PvP icon next to the World versus World icon. By default, it's not bound to any key, but you can go into the options and change that if you like. And by hitting that, you'll open up your PvP statistics, and there is a button here on the top left that says go to the Heart of the Mists. You can do that to get to PvP from anywhere in PvE at all. But if you want to, like, I don't know, RP for some reason, you can also walk through the Asura Gate in Lion's Arch near Fort Mariner, which is down here near where the Karka attacked and so forth. You've got the 4 World versus World gates, which I'm sure you've used many times, right? And
of
then
course.
And then you've got the 5th Heart of the Mist gate, and no matter which of these you choose, you'll end up at the same place, which is here in the Heart of the Mist.
I never use this for some reason. I never use it. I always use the PvP tab. Yeah. I didn't even know this existed until you just told me right now.
Wow, okay. So yeah, you've got to get... Well, the thing is, you can also use this as well. If you want to just waypoint for free to Lion's Arch, you can always go to the PvP lobby and then walk back through the Asura Gate, and then you don't have to... Like, halves your waypoint costs, essentially, because you can go from Lion's Arch into any other...
Oh, yeah, that I do constantly.
Yeah.
Especially when the PvP... weren't they the waypoints a lot more expensive before? I think so.
I don't know.
But, and this is what I used to use to get back to Lion's Arch. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so once you get here, you should notice that your gear's changed completely.
Yeah.
With Guild Wars 2, what they try and do, which is very commendable and really is the only thing that's given this game a fighting chance, in my opinion, for PvP, is they've completely separated the PvE experience and the PvP experience. There is no leveling up in PvP. There's no working for your gear. They just give you flat stats, and that's what you have to work with. And we'll go into that more in the next episode. But basically, your gear's going to change, and you also notice down at the bottom where you originally had an experience bar, you'll now have a different bar. And it will probably say for you, what rank are you at the moment? If you've never PvP, genuinely never.
Well, I'm level 6 right now.
Okay.
I'm level 6.
Okay.
This is the glory, right?
Yes. So you are rank 6. So your level turns into rank. Here you can see I'm rank 44. I'm really close to rank 45. It kind of works in the exact same way.
What is the highest?
The highest is rank 80, and every 10 ranks you go up, you become a different animal. But we'll look at that again in a future episode.
Whoa!
You do get cool stuff from playing PvP. I'll say that straight away before anybody starts thinking, "Oh, it's not for me already." You can get cool emotes from PvPing, and you can get like free, like 20 slot bags and stuff. So it is.
Oh,
worthwhile.
that's what you mean. Straight. That's from Guild Wars 1 as well.
Yeah, you could slash rank in the first game too. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Let me see what my slash rank is.
You should be a rabbit. There you go. It's a rabbit.
Oh yeah. The rabbit's not even cute.
Wow. Okay. Insulting. Okay, so basically, once you come to this lobby, we're not actually PvPing, obviously. This isn't open world. I can't just like start attacking Matt here. It's arena-based in this game, and it all revolves around one particular game type. There is no deathmatch, which is what a lot of people have been asking for, and I kind of think it's a mistake. But there is no deathmatch. There's only one game type known as Conquest. Now, to actually get into the arenas and play PvP, there's two ways you can do it. There's two distinct means of entering PvP. One is through proper 5 versus 5 tournament or rated matches, which we'll get into later, or the other one something known as Hotjoin, which you can access from this character here, the PvP browser. You speak to this guy and he'll bring you kind of this very ugly looking menu, but this is just a list of different servers. It will tell you how many players are in them, and it will also show you what map the server is currently on, and if you hover over it, you'll see you get loads of different information. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this menu here has actually been upgraded slowly over time, which is pretty cool. Now, there's something else pretty nice you can do if you want to play PvP specifically with your friends. I can choose a server and then not even tell you which server I pick. Okay, so I've just gone into an empty server and you have no idea which one. If you right-click me in the party window now...
100.
No, good get. It was pretty close. You can right-click me in the party window now, though, and you'll see it says Join Friend in PvP.
No, it doesn't actually.
It doesn't? Really? Really? Weird. Okay, so for some reason it's not working for us, but there is, you can often join someone in PvP like this, and if you do that as well, that's another way to get directly into PvP, and you can even use that to skip the character creation tutorial and like get out of character creator at level 1, which is pretty cool. Okay, so once you get into a match, if the servers aren't being weird, then you've got many different options to do it. Once you get in, originally... you'll be given this option, right? You get the option to spectate, which is something new, or you can choose to join either red team or blue team or random, as it were. I'm going to go on red if you want to go on blue.
All right.
And by clicking that, you're actually going to start the game. Because we're both loaded in here, it's beginning up, right? So in this video, before we wrap up, I want to explain specifically how Conquest works, how PvP works. This isn't a game, as I say, there's no deathmatch, so you don't win purely just by killing other people. Now that is a way to win, but it's so vastly inferior to other ways to win that it's just really not a part of the... it's not a considerable mechanic a lot of the time. So the match will start, and as you guys can see up in the top in the middle, you see that mat, it says that basically there's a 15-minute timer.
Right.
When that runs out, then the game is over. That will rarely ever run out because it will end in other ways, but that is a way of stopping the match. Basically, to win in PvP in Guild Wars 2, the first team to 500 points takes the victory. Now, to get points, you can kill other people. So if I were to kill you, you've ran off somewhere a mile away. But if I were to kill you, I'd get 5 points for my team. But the much easier way to earn points is by capturing capture points that are out on the map. These nodes here, you can take under control of your team by standing inside the rings. And you'll see up in the top right, just like with dynamic events, it says that you're capturing the point up here. Once that goes all the way to full, then your team's going to start ticking up points. And obviously this means because there are 3 nodes on every map, if you have 2 of the nodes and you stop the enemy getting 2 for themselves, then you win, right?
Right.
Because you're going to have what's called a double cap. You're going to have 2 nodes while they only have 1. You're going to get points quicker than them, and you're going to win. So what you can do there is you can go over to Bear, which I just captured, and back cap me. That's basically the way that Conquest works. It's really quite a basic game type. There are a lot of there are a lot of very more intricate things that you can be dealing with as we go forward, which I'm going to be looking at as we go further into the series. But this is the game type in its essence. It's sort of like King of the Hill, but with 3 hills.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's kind of what I always thought of it as when I very first started. Now, one final thing that's quite interesting about Conquest is every single map. There are quite a few PvP maps at the moment, actually, which is quite nice. And ArenaNet do seem to just really enjoy adding more and more, which is good. But every single PvP map has a different secondary mechanic. And those secondary mechanics can change the way that the game's played quite a lot. So on this map, for example, Spirit Watch, the secondary mechanic is this orb of ascension that spawns in the middle of the map. Now, by taking this, I get slowed down like mad. But if I walk over to a node that I own, like Bear, for example, which I capped earlier, I'll actually give my team like a massive point boost. And these secondary mechanics can really change. Did I just drop the orb from blinking? I did.
Yeah.
This isn't actually a tourney map, so I don't like pay too much attention to the secondary mechanic here. But the secondary mechanics can change the flow of the games quite significantly. And again, that's something that we'll be looking at in the episodes to come. That's basically the way that PvP is played. I know in this video we haven't really played much PvP, but I figure, you know, start right at the beginning. This might not be interesting to a lot of people who already knew this very basic stuff, but I want this to be kind of accommodating to everyone, you know? So, I don't know. Hopefully you learned a little something here. Have you really played much on Spirit Watch?
No, I haven't. I didn't know I had a second mechanic like this. It's actually pretty cool.
It's really cool, yeah.
So I can't drop it. I was wondering if I can't drop it unless I die or get downed, I'm assuming?
I think there is a way to drop it. Various skills will drop it, like if you go invulnerable, if you do certain things. I think riding the lightning might drop it. They did an update recently. This isn't a map I know too much about, to be honest. And the node...
it took it away from you.
Yeah, well, the node that you take it to, if it's already in our favor, then you get more points, kind of thing. Like, then you get less points. But if you take it to a node that you already own, you get more points. So it's pretty interesting like that. There's some, like, this map is always the default on like servers, but really there are some much more interesting maps that you get to play on tourneys. You just banished me. So yeah, I mean, shall we wrap this one up here? And okay, yeah, cool. Next time, guys, we'll actually look at what builds you should be running and how kind of these game types work, like more practically, because builds are like key. They're number one really for how you're going to be playing the game. So okay, we'll leave the video for there then. What do you think so far? Like, obviously this is really basic stuff and you rank 6, so you know some of it already, but
right. Yeah, I played a few games before and I won a few and got on top of a few. It seems overwhelming. Like, the basics is fine, right? For people who don't know, but once you start getting into it and getting some of the matches, and especially if you're playing alone, it seems kind of like, you know, daunting. Like, oh my gosh, you know, where to go, and yeah, I'm looking forward to actually learning a lot more of the really core mechanics, not just, you know, being able to just join a match and with random people. But yeah, I definitely cannot wait to get inside of this. There's a new tournament. There's actually a tournament for esports. Have you heard of it? For Sunday?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's coming up pretty soon, right?
All right. So, if you guys want to learn more, you guys want to actually know what's going on in a tournament, you know, when people are talking, this is a series that really we want it to grow into, you know, getting a nice community for PvP and getting people from PvE to actually learn PvP, even just for information purposes, even though if you don't even want to try PvP, really. Yeah,
like one thing I will say is, for how fun the PvP is once you actually kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it and when you really start playing it a lot, it's crazy how small the PvP community is right now for how great it is, and I really do attribute a lot of that to the learning curve coming in. So hopefully this will help you guys out. Obviously very basic stuff for this episode, but we're gonna have a lot more coming up in the future, so keep an eye out, and we hope you enjoyed, I guess. Yeah.
Alright, so let me know what you guys think about the video and how we can improve it. And, of course, any questions you might have about PvP. So we can probably answer that in the next episodes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like, share with your friends, leave a comment, say what's up in the comment section below. And stay visual.